Hi, and welcome to C5 Basics 5.7 series. At times when you're laying out your website and you're adding content, you'll notice things start to group, cluster, and generally run into each other. There's some very, very simple steps that you can take in order to keep your content separated and provide clarity to your site. So what we're going to do today is cover just a couple of real basic tips on what you can do to help separate content, or better yet, really have it stand out. Let's start by seeing what we can add to this page in order to separate blocks of content. We'll wish to add a very simple thing, a horizontal rule block. As the name implies, it's just adding a ruled line between groups of content. If I drop it right there, it's now actually added a block that contains a preset line in between two groups of content. Let's see how that looks published. There you go. That pre-done block does nothing more than add this line separating the content. It's very subtle. It's not a dramatic or in-your-face change, and yet it does the job. Now perhaps we'd like to separate some content and really make it stand out in a more significant manner, and I'll show you just exactly what I mean. If we take a look at these content block areas here, I'd like to have this one have a little more focus on it and stand out from the rest of the page. The best way to do that is to select it as if you're going to edit, but rather than choosing Edit Block, let's go down to Design and Custom Template. Once we've selected Design, we're now given a new toolbar, and here's margin and padding. Here's borders. Let's border this block and see what we can make it look like. First, we're going to use the color picker to select what color border we'd like to use. I'm just fine with selecting a black. Next is the style. If we click over the style, we're going to change it from none to, as you can see by the drop down, solid, dotted, dash, double, a groove. Let's take a look at a double. So this means we're going to have a black double lined border which now needs a width. Now you can move this slider back and forth. You'll notice that the width changes beneath. It's measured in pixels. You can also use the arrow bar on your keyboard as a shortcut for a little fine-tuning. I'm going to make this a 4-pixel wide black border that's double lined. For a radius, we can dress up those corners a little bit, and let's save those changes. And of course publish. Take a look at how our content is separated now. Rather than these two blocks of content running into each other, we've dropped in a separating line. A very quick and easy solution. And here, a piece of content that I'd really like highlighted, I've changed the design feature of the block and added a border around it. Now it pops right off the page and it's receiving the attention that I really wanted it to have. There you go. Two very easy blocks or modifications to blocks to use to make your website look better. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I'm Adrian, your Arvix web hosting Concrete5 Community Liaison. If you'd like to comment on today's presentation, please drop me an email at adrian.rick@arvix.com.